This week on Now Here with Chris and Kell.
This is where the rubber hits the road.
This is where the magic happens.
I don't know about that.
A while back, we bought our new dinghy from our friends Bill and Grace on Calico Skies.
Bye, Bill!
Bye! Take care of the dinghy for me!
This week, we are really taking care of it.
When we bought the dinghy from Bill, he said that there was a small leak in the forward pontoon, and so I got this, some soapy water. We're just hosing it down to try to locate where the leak is, and I think I've discovered one. Something tells me this patch isn't quite doing its job. So far no others, and that's a pretty slow leak, so we're going to check this side and then see about fixing that. I did buy a kit before we left, so we'll finally put that to use. Gave the new dinghy a scrubby scrub. That looks pretty good, yeah, considering. Now I gotta pull off the failing patch and watch a YouTube video just to make sure I remember how to do this right. Get my kit out, cut the piece. I know you have to sand it and then apply the glue and then stick it together at a certain point of tackiness and then put some weight on it overnight before you put air in it. We need to do that because we don't want to block everybody in the marina, and we're blocking ourselves with its current position.
In an effort not to block foot traffic in the marina, we pulled out the new dinghy onto our finger, which essentially blocked us from getting onto our boat. Not a big deal though, it's just one night.
I just want to get this patch on because the longer we can let it cure, the better it's going to be. I've identified the hole and I'm following the instructions.
It's a tight fit up in here.
It is. I'm pushing both boats out.
Yeah.
Now I gotta let that wait for 3 minutes and then we'll be ready to put them together.
Cool.
It's quite a process, this.
So is getting on our boat now.
Yep.
The next morning, while we were still waiting for our patch to cure,
Alright, Cal, cross your fingers.
we want to see if our fuel tank will fit inside this forward locker, and then we'll fish the fuel hose through under the floor.
Here we go. Yeah, that's not gonna fit.
Maybe?
Well, it can't sit like this.
No. Close?
I feel like it should fit. Just gotta figure out what the right.
Darn it. Oh, just cut the handle off. Like it goes in and never comes back out.
I'm fine with that. Obnoxious. Let's make it as skinny as we can.
Yeah.
Don't shoot your mouth off, woman. Talked about this. I feel like if I had to, I could shove this in right now.
Do it.
But I don't necessarily want to do it.
Why? Mission accomplished.
Alright, I'll go get some fuel hose then.
Okay.
Coming right along.
Yep.
Let's hope our patch holds. Gotta wait another 24 hours before we can test that.
We could take a cruise later.
Well, not today. Not till tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I mean.
Anyway, close the lid on this for now.
Chris then went on a small adventure to source some hose for us.
All right, we got 2 pieces of fuel hose. It's gonna be tight as to whether it's gonna work. I think I ended up with just over 7 feet total, and was hoping for 8 just to give myself a little leeway. But I think we'll be all right. These were like, one place only had 4 feet and the other place only had 5 feet, so we're gonna make this work.
8 hours later.
All right, another long day, but we got some stuff done. The dinghy has a fuel line, and the tank is up in the forward locker, goes underneath and pops up to this. We made sure that the outboard with the wheels would clear the outboard, and they do. It's perfect. The fuel hose I bought was annoying, but I was looking at the one that I bought originally, like way back in Astoria or Portland or wherever the heck we bought that. Anyway, and this is pure hose, which is good. because the stuff that sucks is actually the stuff that I purchased down in Laredo. It's gray on the outside and then has a black liner, and then the black liner eventually breaks down and flecks off and then plugs all your inner workings of your engine. So that's no good, but this is good stuff. Whew, about time for dinner. Believe it or not, it is about 5:30, 6. And so far today I've eaten a piece of celery and drank a lot of coffee.
Which is perfect because it's Monday and we're gonna chow down at our favorite Monday night joint, along with some other sailors in Penasco.
Collins Cantina and Restaurant. They have on Mondays 2-for-1 margaritas and 2-for-1 burgers, and they're pretty damn good.
And just because we're really hardcore, we all decide to sit outside every Monday because inside is usually pretty packed.
It looks less cold than it is.
It's about 15 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees Fahrenheit. The other reason we come here is the view. This place is located pretty far from the marina and the yard, over by all the hotels and resorts along the beach. So it's a good thing we have wheels.
I forgot to take a picture when the food came, but how is it, Kelly?
It's delicious. I'm halfway through.
Can you see?
No.
It's so dark out here.
It's great.
What about the green fuss?
I put some green fuss on here. There's just a lot of green fuss.
That's what my grandma used to call it. It is pretty good. And we're braving the elements because everybody's out here freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And
everyone is not freezing.
Are you not freezing? No. I'm gonna turn the light on you guys.
But Dougie's from Colorado. What? Where are you from?
Bundled up. I'm Canadian, but I've been in the States for years.
Cheers to the Monday night crew for braving the elements every week. We miss you guys. We have to give Collins Cantina a rating of 15. We got up bright and early to test Chris's patch on our dinghy, using the soapy water method.
See how our patch did. Oh, yes.
You're really good at that.
Thanks, Kelly. I can do it with either hand. Any other bubble formations? It'll be very obvious. You'll see a bunch of them popping out of one spot.
I don't see any, so...
Well, that's good because it wasn't leaking over here before. There it is, moment of truth.
Looking good.
Look how perfectly that matches.
Okay.
Patch seems good. Excelente.
Now let's splash this guy. I suppose that's one way to do it. Great, we're in the water. Now to pull our wheels up and fire up the engine. Chris went around the dock to the slip on the other side. Well, that's at least what he was supposed to do.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
How was it?
Fine. I don't know what I did to myself, but look at that.
Oh, shit. God. Is that how you christen a dinghy?
Yes. I just need a moment because I need to weep all over it. If you'd like later, I'll take you on a little dinghy ride.
That sounds fun.
What girl could possibly resist a dinghy ride from this guy?
Hop in.
Okay.
One more step. Here we go. Unhook. We have no oars, so let's hope it fires up.
What?
You have a potty mouth. Oh, you're gonna princess it?
Princess it.
Yeah, like sitting on the bow chair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
We weren't intending on going very far today, just far enough to test things out.
You know why, Kell?
What?
It's awfully picturesque if you don't inhale through your nose.
Yeah, it's a bit fishy here. What do you think of my hair?
I like it like that.
We bopped around and checked out the fishing boats, the naval marina, and different excursion ports. But we decided not to venture out any further. We didn't bring our oars, or a radio, or anything useful, so we headed back to the boat. Coming about! Woo-hoo! Sunday fun day!
Kell?
What?
This old two-stroke's badass. It's been sitting here for months and it barely sputtered, just firing right up. I am a big fan of two-strokes. They weigh about half the weight. They're a lot more robust and reliable, less maintenance.
Why would you go with the four-stroke?
Four-strokes, well, in the U.S. they outlawed selling two-strokes. Motors of all kinds because you mix the fuel with the oil, so they smoke more.
Gotcha.
There's more emissions. So environmentally, the two-strokes are not where it's at. But from a practical standpoint, it is where it's at.
Well, that was fun. Thanks, Captain.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It's a nice Sunday afternoon stroll.
Look at Drifter right now. I transferred all the fuel over to the port side tank. Can you tell? Like our rails in the water.
We're a little wonky. That is not level.
I gotta go get more gas. Or diesel, I guess.
Now for our next trick, I'm gonna send Chris up our mast. Why? Because we figured this would be a good opportunity to check on things and make sure there was no corrosion or anything to worry about. Good news! Everything appears to be in good working order and we can hang up our head sail. How do your nuts feel?
They're fine, because this grabs you like your thighs.
Ah.
Exciting day activities. Check one more off the list.
Just as we were wrapping up our mast project, our friends Lynn and Ty from Beluga made their big debut splash from the boatyard, and they were headed this way. They backed into the slip like a couple of pros, with plenty of help on the dock that day.
Good morning.
Okay, show's over. Now back to work for us. We have to put our head sail back on.
This is where the rubber hits the road.
This is where the magic happens.
I don't know about that. Fucking nailed it. It's just a knot. We need to pull it out to wind it up, so it doesn't have to be that much tension. Just make it so it doesn't go loose.
We unfolded the sail, found the head, and Chris fastened it with seizing wire.
We're ready to hoist?
Yeah, you're the hoister.
Okay.
Chris pulled up the last of it while I made sure the end slipped into the track as it should.
Ready?
Yep.
It seemed like we hit the top, but we couldn't really see it all that well. So, this meant another trip up the mast for Chris. Appears the sail did not quite make it to the top, so it's a good thing we checked. Not sure when we'll get another opportunity like this. It's a lot dicier performing a mast climb at anchor.
So everything looked good up there?
Everything looked good above. I definitely, obviously need to pull it up a little higher. All right, this is tight. Okay. Give it a tug and clean her off. Expertly done, Kelly.
Now we just need to roll this sucker up. Okay.
Who wore it better? Yours looks prettier than mine. You win. There, we have one deployed head sail. Wapow!
You know what else we should probably do? Fill up our water tanks.
2 more 5-gallon jugs of water into the tank. Look at these levels. That's looking good. We now have to fill up our garaphones for transport because you might as well leave with some fresh water. And we're going to fill up the 3 of the fuel tanks that are empty, and then we're done. Which is awesome because I've been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And having the van makes it super easy, but it's also, you know, pretty boring and tedious. It's a sunny day. What else do I have to say? Anything, Kelly?
No, I got nothing.
What do you got, dude?
I'm working today. It's Monday.
Mondays, am I right?
Case of the Mondays over here.
Oh, you should have some lasagna. Garfield hates Mondays and loves lasagna. Kel and I have both been getting ready for our upcoming passage out of Puerto Penasco in our own special ways. I've tested all the systems, filled up the fuel and the water in multiple trips, got our new dinghy, which we are finally calling Paul McCartme because we got it from Calico Skies. That's a Paul McCartney song. He'll just go by Paul, I think. Anyway, getting the boat ready. We've gotten, made a mess, cleaned it up, made a mess, cleaned it up about a dozen times, got the aft ready. All the little things that I wanted to get done in preparation for this season, pretty much got them all done at this point. The water maker being the big thing. Yeah, we keep talking about it. I never do anything with it because I'm afraid. Anyway, everything else is pretty much done. Kelly has been working like a dog. She's been working a lot because we need to take Friday off for us to make it over there. And she's kind of, this season, she's going to have more responsibility than she had last season at work. A few more tasks to do, so she's going to have to, you know, do a little bit more sitting at a desk like this. Anyway, there's Kelly. And apparently it's cold down here. She looks like she's like...
It is cold.
Come from the Klondike. The boat is as ready as I can get it. All the systems work. The engine fires right up. We're ready to go. I've got a few other tasks. We're going to try to roll out and repair that red sail that we kind of beat up. We got the tape while we're home, so we're going to try to fix that. Is that it, Kel? Is that kind of all of it?
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday. We're going to leave on Friday. And I know, we're leaving on Friday. But at least it's the 12th and not the 13th.
Stay tuned for this week's blooper reel, sponsored by our patrons. I can see your butt.
Yeah, well, it's clad. That's in.
Okay, are you bleeding?
Not yet. Hey, look, I caught a fly in my Coke bottle.
Cool. His skills pay the bills.
Just because it rhymes doesn't mean it's right, Kelly.
What a doof.
How does that make me a doof?
That smells rank. It's like a goiter. Friday.
What?
Nothing. The Chris Show.
All I'm saying is, if you understood what we were doing, you would not have cleated that off because you would have known it wasn't necessary. I'm holding a coffee mug. That makes me an expert. So you should just listen to what I say and do it.
Do you realize how smug you sound right now?
Smug. It's kind of true.
Turn that light off.
What light?